Hello again, everyone. It's Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to work with the Chamel Head in the Clouds. Random Friday. So I'm just showing here, and I picked up this 6x8 pack for $2.99 at Tuesday morning. I also used some of this paper pack, Here's just the Head in the Clouds die cuts that I have. I don't have the 12x12 sheet. I do, however, have the 12x12 cardstock sheet. So I just picked some backgrounds that went with one of the pieces of the journaling pad that I pulled out that I thought would work, and it was this pink and orange and yellow cloud one. And I went ahead and busted out my die cutter machine and dies, and I I die cut all these clouds out. Now the ones that are white are just the back of a paper pad, the real cheap flimsy one, and I figured I'd add some white clouds in there as well. So unfortunately, apparently I'm going to throw all these to the side, and I'm not going to make you watch me sort all those. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm thinking about putting this down, and as I get it there, I'm like, stop, think, tap your fingers, and I'm going to grab out some Distress Oxides. I believe this is Faded Jeans. And I'm going to go ahead and eke the edge of all the clouds. I don't think you watched me do that. That took about the most time of this layout, other than the pop dots that I put out a little bit. So I go ahead, I have all of them inked, and I'm going to come in here and I'm like, all right, let's start getting these down. See, I feel like they pop just a little bit more now. I'm going to grab my foam adhesive, and I start looking, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to want to pop up the majority of these clouds. So I go ahead and pause the camera, put all the little foam dots on, and I take all the adhesive back off so I don't make you watch this. This picture right here is a very old picture. Obviously, it is probably, I believe, 84-ish, somewhere around there. I was a flower girl in my uncle's wedding, and the title of this is going to be #whatever because I was super excited to be a flower girl. Oh my God, it's all I could talk about. I wanted to wear my pretty dress and my crown of flowers and throw my flower petals, and my brother, who was the ring bearer, was totally against it, and he was straight not wanting to do it. So this went on for, a month or two up to the wedding. Day of the wedding. Yes, the day of the wedding. Apparently I've had attitude my entire life. I decided, this isn't for me. I'm not going to do it. I'm like 3 years old, so I'm like talking, walking, and I didn't want to do it. So I pouted through every picture, everything. There's pictures of my brother literally pulling me down the aisle because he was like all about it then. And it's my dad's favorite story to tell. We were taking pictures, and it's after the wedding, and I didn't want to take any more pictures. I didn't want to be there. They already made me do everything. One of the bridesmaids took my gum, lost it, and I was mad about that. I mean, it was a Becky fit is what it was. And my dad looked at me and he said, Becky, I will get you a candy bar if you take another picture. And I looked him dead in the eyes at 3 years old and gave him a dirty look, and I said, I want 2 Tanny bars. And he said, okay. But remember, he said, I'll give you a candy bar if you take another picture. I went up, I took my one other picture, and they went to snap more, and I ripped my little crown of flowers out, threw it on the ground with my basket of flowers, and looked at everybody in the church and said, Becky done now, and out the church I went. So, little background. But that's pretty much, my almost 36 years later. Whenever I don't want to do something, everybody says, oh, going to have to give her 2 Tanny bars. And then Becky done now. So that was just kind of a little breather there for me to be able to talk to you while I go ahead and get all of these down. Now, the only ones I did not put adhesive on were these big clouds. And I really like the way that the layout came out, and it kind of is a nod to Chamel's Head in the Clouds because, it's clouds, and I was playing off the clouds in the background there. Really have nothing to do with the wedding, and, well, they're not even married anymore. I don't even think they lasted that long. But anyway, so I do get these all down, and I have some fading off the paper. I like to run things off of the edges of the paper. To me, it grounds the layout. So I just, in a couple places you'll see up there at the top, I go ahead and it's ran off the page there, and right there where my hand is to the right, it is ran off the page. And I don't care so much that there are the same pattern papers like right on top of each other as you see above the picture there. There's 2 yellow polka dotted clouds, and to me that's fine. I like the way that the layout came out. It looks good to me. I hope it looks good to you, but you know, if it doesn't, you don't have to have it in your albums, right? Anyway, so I just continue to use all of the clouds that I cut out in these particular colors. I did have some other colors, I believe, and I just have a little pile going there because I've been on a die cutting spree. I've done stars and clouds and all kinds of other fun stuff that you'll see in future Random Friday layouts to come. And I do like that. I think the pink matches real well. Had I really thought about it, I would have inked the edge of the pattern paper there, that 6x8 pattern paper, just so that it kind of popped off. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy. And apparently I have a lot of clouds. They are pretty much the star of the show here, other than my little pouty face, and you can't really see it from here. I am going to go ahead and I make sure they're all adhered down, and I grab my trusty scissors and I just slightly trim them off. And we're going to flip it back over, and I'm going to pull out my Simple Stories. What is the name of that collection? I don't know. It's a very sarcastic one. Anyway, there's a big letter. It's a big title that says hashtag whatever. And I'm like, well, that's going to work out just perfectly, because I remembered the story. I am going to take my Wink of Stella pen there. And I thought it was clear, but it's gold clear. So after it dries, I'm kind of like, oh, that's fun. See, I pointed to my little pouty face and do the whatever. So you can see it's gold. It's not clear, sparkly shimmer. It's gold clear shimmer. So I'm going to go ahead and get that title placed right there. I did not get the middle of the R out. And I'm just going to go whatever backwards. And I did not speed this video up at all. This is literally, this is real time here. I am that slow. When you're doing stuff, like, I feel like I was going, like, fast, laying the whatever down, but I'm watching it on here, and I'm like, wow, Becky, could you go any slower? I do like the way that the clouds turned out, and like I said, I went ahead and I was just going to do the little ones, and then I ended up getting it on one of the medium ones, and then guess what? Got it on the big one. I said, let's just do it. Let's just sparkle and shine this baby all up, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a weird mood. I'm sorry, guys, that you have to deal with that. I can't remember the name of that collection. I used it my last 2 Fridays. And I had used all the pattern paper, and I still had a couple stickers left on the sheet. And you will see that I'm going to go ahead and look at the sheet. It is almost empty, which makes me so happy. So I will continue to try to just get that on there. This set right here says, how about no? And then I grab another one that says awkward. See, there's the sheet right there, whatever. I guess it's called whatever. Haha. So I do kind of get those stuck on the picture there. I am going to pull over my little bin of the die cuts that I have from the thing. I fussy cut out some sheets from that Head in the Clouds, and then I had the die pack cut too. I don't make you watch me sort through all those. I just grabbed all the pink stuff, and I'm going to just lightly embellish. I do think that I'm going to pull up the awkward, and I'm going to pull up the how about no. I do not damage the picture, but I'm going to put it on that peak tag right there, just because Well, there was, you know, back in the day when we were taking pictures, you couldn't really see what you were taking pictures of. You just aimed on a wing and a prayer, my friends. And this is what they were left with, was a whole lot of black. So I'm going to cover that up with the just the tag right there. And those are going to serve as just my fun little words. I'm going to take this cute little envelope full of flowers. I'm going to tuck it into the clouds, because you see flowers in an envelope in clouds all the time. You know you do. I thought it looked good there, so I stuck it there. I have this cute little banner that I fussy cut out, and I'm going to tuck that in the clouds as well, and that's where I'm going to put my date. It's a guesstimate on 84. I was born at the end of the year, so I'm pretty sure that I was 3, because the very next year I was in my first, I started school a year early too. I graduated high school at 17. But the very next year I was in the PTA homecoming court for the entire school. So it was in first grade, and that's the dress that I wore. And then it worked out pretty well. So I am going to go ahead and put on these chipboard hearts. I pulled them off of the chipboard and left. Every time I pull one off, I pretty much leave a layer, the layer with the sticky on it behind. So I have to use my wet adhesive, which is in my fine liner bottle, and it is just Art Glitter Glue. It's my favorite glue. Favorite wet adhesive, I should say. I'm going to pull out a book that I've had sitting to the side for quite some time. And it is just black numbers and alphas. And I picked that up from Michael's a long time ago. It was on sale. And I'm looking for an 8 and a 4, I believe. And I'm thinking of that one, but then I was like, no, I'm not really digging that with the layout. And then I see these little block, and I'm like, these will work. So I go ahead and I'm going to tuck the 8 in behind the cloud. And I'm going to grab the 4, and I'm going to tuck that in as well. There is not a lot more that I'm going to do to this layout. So go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave a comment for anything that I can do to improve, or any suggestions you have, or just say hi. And, you know, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like. I have been posting every day so far this month, July. Sometimes I take a day or two break. Never more than 2 days in a row, though. Just depends on what's going on in life. And I've been scrapping a lot lately, so this is what's going on in my life these days. Not too much else. And I'm sure we can all relate to that. Oh, July product focus, wood veneer, by the way, which I have forgot to use on almost every layout thus far. I remembered, and I grabbed 3 wooden stars, and I'm going to go ahead and grab out that Art Glitter Glue in my fine liner bottle again, and I'm going to stick one down in each of those small little clusters. I do not have big clusters. There's not a lot going on. Like I said, the star of the show here is my die cut clouds, and, you know, I'm just trying to bring something different to my albums, so that all the pages don't just look the same, because I kind of get in a groove, and I don't know if you guys can relate, but I do something, I like it, and I keep doing it for several layouts. And then I gotta like stop myself and say, whoa, Becky. But anyway, that is gonna be it. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.